Hey guys, it's Jessie V. So this story is so bizarre, and unfortunately there isn't really a satisfying conclusion, so I'm just gonna apologize ahead of time for that. And it's also not an extremely long story because there's not a lot to say about it. I wish there was, and you'll see what I mean soon. Back in grade 7, I made this really good friend, let's call her Sasha. We became friends through grade 7 and then through grade 8, and we were really hoping that we would be able to go to high school together. Some of you already know that I went to an art school, so I had to send in a portfolio with all of my art and then wait and see if I was accepted. And Sasha decided to do the same thing because she was pretty creative as well, and I thought we had a really good chance of getting in. I will never forget the day that I received the acceptance email from the school. Probably one of the happiest days of my life. It was the first time that I ever cried tears of joy, and it's so weird the first time you cry because you're happy. I didn't know what was wrong with me. I was like,
why are my eyes leaking when I'm not sad? What is wrong with my emotions? I'm so happy right now.
Anyways, the second thing that I did was I called Sasha to see if she got in as well, and she did. So literally the entire summer leading up to grade 9, we would talk about high school. We also promised each other that we would remain best friends no matter what, because I had known a lot of people that were really close before high school, and then when they finally started grade 9, they found different friends, they were in different clubs, they had different classes, they just drifted apart. So Sasha and I really wanted to make sure that didn't happen, so we made a pact for friendship forever. She was like a sister to me. You know that friend that you have that you talk to all of the time, you tell them everything? They're just like your other half, you know? That was the first time in my life I ever had something like that, so I did not want to lose it, you know? So when school finally rolled around, we got our schedules, and when we compared our schedules, we saw that we had no classes together. Nothing on our schedules were similar at all. So that obviously really sucked for us. So we came up with this creative idea that we would get a journal and every single day we would swap who had it. So one day I would take the journal home and I would write about what happened during the day, you know, like all of the drama or any interesting things that happened. I'd write about my crushes. And then the next day at school I would pass the journal to Sasha and she would take it home and do the same thing. It was mostly so we didn't feel like we were missing out on each other's lives. I just wanted to keep caught up on what was happening, and the journal obviously allowed us to do that. It wasn't the same as talking in person every day, but at least we had something. So everything went well first year. I got good grades, I learned tons of new art techniques. The year flew by actually quite quickly, and then grade 10 came around before I knew it, and this is where things get strange. The first month was absolutely fine. Sasha and I were lucky enough to have the same art class together, so that was obviously super fun. Everything was normal like it usually was. But then one day Sasha didn't show up for school, so I texted her and asked her what was going on. And I didn't get an answer all day, so I just assumed that she was probably really sick. But then the next day she didn't show up for class again. And I was getting a bit worried because she wasn't responding to any of my texts or any of my phone calls. And she was usually the type of person that got back to you really, really fast. So this was not like her at all. But I noticed that the teachers didn't think too much about it, so I tried not to either. Because if the teachers were worried, I feel like there would be something wrong, but the teachers were fine, like they didn't look worried at all. So a week goes by, an entire week, and as you can imagine, I was extremely confused as to where my best friend was. So finally, I went up to my art teacher and asked her if she knew where Sasha was. And she looked at me really sadly and told me that I shouldn't worry. And when someone doesn't give you a direct answer, you know something's wrong. So I waited a few more days, and then I finally went to the principal's office because I couldn't take it anymore. I needed to know. So I asked the principal, I was like, where is Sasha? Because she hasn't been here for a week and a half. I'm worried. What's going on? And the principal, just like my teacher said, don't worry about it. She's fine. Please don't worry about it. And I was like, but I'm her best friend. Like, how could I not worry about what's going on? And my principal just kept saying, trust me, Jess. I know what's happening in her life. She is fine. Do not worry about her. And this is where it's really sad for me, and I don't know how to explain anything to you guys because I don't know the answers. I still don't know the answers. But I went home that night. I tried texting her and calling her, and my number was blocked. It would not go through. It was like her phone number just didn't exist anymore. I went onto Facebook to her profile. Her profile was gone. It was completely gone. I went onto her MySpace. It was gone. Everything that she had online was gone. There was like no trace of her whatsoever. She took everything down. So I got together with one of my friends and we went over to her house. We knocked on the door and no one answered. There was no one there. There was no cars in the driveway. Everything was gone. It was like we could not reach out to her at all. We could not find where she was. We couldn't contact her. Like, she completely disappeared out of this world. She was just missing, just gone. And to this day, I honestly do not know where she went. And people have theories from my school that maybe she just packed up and started a new life somewhere else. Maybe someone in her family died and she didn't want to be here anymore. She wanted to just start a new life. Like, I don't know. People have all of these theories. I mean, I know she did not die because that was the first thing I asked my principal. Apparently she was fine. She was alive. She was good, but she was not here anymore. I don't know where she went. And I'm sorry that this story time is really confusing. I don't know how to make it not confusing because I am still confused to this day. And for years and years, I would search her name online to see if maybe she put her social media back up, but she never did. If I search her name even now, nothing will pop up. The only logical thing that I think happened is that she started a new life somewhere, but you think that you'd say goodbye? Like, she never said goodbye to me. She never told me what was happening. She just vanished. She disappeared. My best friend disappeared from my life, and I don't know where she is or why it happened. Has that ever happened to you guys before? Has anybody in your life or that you were close to just suddenly didn't answer you anymore or just disappeared from your life? Because it's bizarre to me. It's so bizarre. And the principal and the teachers knew what happened, but they couldn't publicly tell anybody, so apparently she was fine and just moved on, whatever that means. So that is all I can tell you guys. So as you can tell, there is no satisfying ending. If I ever hear from her ever again, I will definitely update you guys on that, but I mean, it's been years and years and I don't know. So I kind of want to end off this story on a positive note. I do have some new surprise packs for the summer, and if you guys don't know what surprise packs are, they're basically packages that I put together myself. So I'll put really awesome random items into these packages and I will send them to you guys. So yes, they are personally packaged by me. Let me show you some examples of what you can get in your summer pack. So my favorite thing, honestly, for this summer are these emoji socks. They are so cute. Oh my gosh, let me show you. Like, how adorable! I love them so much. Like, I kind of want to just keep them for myself. But yeah, we got tons of emoji socks. Tons of them, like lots of them, lots of them. We have unicorn pencils, crazy thick pencils, gorgeous coin purses, creepy little aliens, mustache packs, sparkly nail files, beautiful summer headbands, shorts, all kinds of different summer tops. Like, we have tons of summer tops. So, like, basically, you order a surprise pack and you don't know what you're gonna get. So you have to tell me your age, your gender, what size you are, what colors you like, and I'll put together a pack of like about 5 things, and then you never know what you're gonna get, but it's pretty cool. So I will put a link to the surprise packs below. Oh, and you get really cool pins in the surprise pack too, so bonus! I just wanted to end off this story happy because, I don't know, it's just mind-blowing. But as usual, guys, my social media information is below, along with my vlog channel and my P.O. Box information, so check that out. And until next time, guys, bye!